Making boxes from real wood requires that you have some specific information about the nature of the wood itself. Now, this is a piece of Arkansas ash, and you can see it's beautifully figured. The wood expands and contracts in width in two different directions, like that. And then it also expands and contracts along the grain, like that. And these two rates of expansion are different. So over a period of time, any piece of wood is going to go through dimensional change resulting from the presence or absence of atmospheric humidity. So if you're making something out of wood that you want to last for 50 or 100 years, there are some very specific box making techniques that I'll teach you that will allow your boxes to last as long as you can possibly imagine. This is a box of the same ash that we were just looking at, and this is made with little walnut pulls. And as I open it, you can see little walnut keys that lock the corners together. And those are designed to withstand the expansion and contraction of the wood and different pieces moving in relation to each other. Now this box is made of soft maple, curly soft maple, and pecan. And the joints here are called finger joints or box joints. And originally they were called locked corners. And the term locked corners came from the days when they were made for cigar boxes. This little box has what's called a keyed miter joint. And if I open the lid, you can see that it has a miter, 45 degrees against 45 degrees, creating the joint. And the joint is glued together. And then these little walnut keys. One of the reasons why it's very important to have mechanical elements in the design of the box is that relying on glue alone, the wood expands and contracts, continually putting stress against the glue bond. By having some mechanical fasteners like these keys or the bottom in place, you overcome some of those natural stresses and you actually make the glue bond much stronger and last longer. Now this is a box that's done just like the last one, except that in place of the keys locking the corners, I've used dowels. This is one of my favorite boxes because it tells me that woods don't always have to be highly refined in their appearance to be interesting. This is just natural wood that was allowed to weather, and this is exactly the way it came to me. I just planed the inside in making the box. And the structural elements here are a half lap joint that holds everything together. And then for added security, I drilled and drove the dowels in place, interlocking the joint.